Yeah, look, what else do we expect Tom Brady to say? Tom Brady stands to not have his favorite receiver available to him for a critical game against Aaron Rodgers. Bragging rights, playoff positioning, a victory or a loss that will echo into January. That could be the difference between one seed or not the one seed. Who knows? So Brady is going to support his guy because he wants his guy, and he still may have him. Evans could win the appeal. We've seen guys get suspended and win on appeal. It could happen. We'll find out in the next couple of days. There's an independent hearing officer hired jointly by the league and the union. It's either going to be Derek Brooks or James Thrash that handles this. So we'll see how it plays out. But I'm not surprised by what Brady said. Brady wants his best guy there. Brady's going to support his guy. Brady feels compelled to support his guy because it all happened because of a fight that Brady was involved in. Because Brady, how dare Marshon Lattimore disrespect the great and powerful Oz? Brady had to turn and kind of menace toward him. It really was great. We were talking about it yesterday. Brady doesn't even have to be held back. Brady can come at you and look down at you, and he doesn't have to worry because there's going to be other guys to come deal with you. It's great. He doesn't have to be held back. He's got all of his teammates who are coming to take care of you.
Yeah, no,
I need to be able to do that.
Yeah, you do. You need a personal protector at all times. Yeah, I know. You're right. It just, it might be funny one day when one of those defenders actually just pushes Tom Brady instead of, everybody having to stick up for him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not surprised by Brady saying that. Certainly not. I'm not surprised that Mike Evans got suspended for one game. We thought that could happen. We were watching it live on Sunday. That was egregious. He wasn't even involved in the altercation. He came out of left field and got involved. All right, and then you added the fact that there's history to go along with it. To me, the worst and most egregious thing of all of it was that Marshon Lattimore got kicked out of that football game. That, to me, was the worst call of all. Well, what did he do? He told Tom Brady to stop complaining about wanting pass interference because that's how the fight started. Brady was 30 yards down the field yelling at the referee. And, Lattimore probably said, hey, up yours or go back, you baby, or whatever, right? And then Leonard Fournette hits Lattimore in the face. So, yes, he's going to defend himself to a degree, and then he gets waylaid by Mike Evans. So I was more disappointed by that fact that Lattimore got kicked out of the game. That, to me, was not right. But I'm not surprised Evans got suspended for a game here. We'll see where it goes. But, yeah, it's a hard time to lose him against the Packers this week.
I think the history factored into the decision.
Yeah.
To take Lattimore out of the game. That's all made by the league office now. There's the history between Evans and Lattimore, but it's more on Evans than Lattimore. The theory is every time the Saints and the Bucs play, not every time, but more often than not, Lattimore shuts down Evans.
Right.
And Evans, who is very cool and calm, he blows a gasket with Lattimore. It almost reminds me, remember the old Andre Johnson, Cortland Finnegan.
Oh yeah, I was on the sideline. I was on the sidelines for that one, right? Yes, that was.
And Andre Johnson was
the calmest, coolest guy in the world.
But something about Finnegan set him off, and that's the way Lattimore is with Evans.
No question. There's guys like that in the NFL. And Cortland Finnegan, I got the opportunity to be a teammate with him for 2 years, and yeah, he was the feistiest mofo you'd ever see in your life. He really was, and he could get underneath anybody's skin. And in that game, too, I got to go down memory lane there because this is, I believe, 2009. Might have been 2010. But, like you said, Andre Johnson's soft-spoken, couldn't be a nicer guy. There was a little history. And it was just like a random run play. And Andre Johnson just said, I'm the hell with it. I'm just going to beat the crap out of the guy right here in the middle of the field. It was on the other side of the field. All of a sudden, I'm looking, and he's by our side, and it's just bomb, bomb, bomb. And they're having – he just said, the hell with it. I'm going out of the game, but I'm going to beat the crap out of Cortland Finnegan. It was unbelievable. Well, yeah, it does seem like there's a little element there. And Lattimore definitely has given Evans issues, which I'm sure has frustrated Evans.
And it's not – it's funny because it happened a long time ago.
Right.
It's not funny that it happens now because, look, Evans is a big, strong guy.
He is.
He could have injured Marshon Lattimore. He's Lattimore
6'5",
doesn't see it coming.
Right.
It wasn't a blind side, but Lattimore was
engaged with
interacting
Fournette.
with Brady and
Right.
Fournette.
Right.
And and then here comes Evans with the two-handed shove and just flattens Lattimore.
Lowered his shoulder, really.
He could have seriously gotten injured.
Yeah, no,
he could have.
That's where
not
I think
quite the same as hitting a guy over the head with his own helmet,
right.
But that could have been an injury. And you know what? A lot of times the NFL's punishments are driven by the impact of the thing that results in discipline. If Lattimore gets injured, it's more than one game for Mike Evans.
Oh, yeah, I would think so. You're right. You're right. That went above and beyond. Hey, look, I think you're explaining it right where, when things like happen and it's face-to-face with the guy and, okay, now we can see each other and we're going to get into a little tussle here, that's one thing. But to just get, your clock cleaned by somebody you're not even thinking of who gets a 15 to 20-yard running head start, lowers the left shoulder to hit him, and chucks him to the ground, yeah, that's when you do get, into that issue there. But, hey, those are two tough alpha male, pride ourselves on being the physical team on the field there. It got chippy. And then when I think you add in the Brady, talking to the referee, and Bruce Arians also involved in the conversation, which to me is still odd that Bruce is shown on the sidelines more than Todd Bowles is, who's coaching the football team. That just added as fuel to the fire that I don't quite understand in Tampa right now.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.